Yet another episode, another video by me. And what is it about? More shit talking, more of the same from me. Like if you're subscribed to my channel or just like a casual, observer, just like browsing around. It's like what's this guy up to again? In these crazy ways, according to Hassan and his fan base. Yeah, I'm the crazy one. Sure, sure, buddy. Oh man, the truth about life, which I honestly wish I knew growing up, like younger and stuff, because I thought that like whatever, right? Because I have like family members, I have whatever people with like serious problems in the looks department, and it's mostly um self inflicted, if you will. So it's like, yeah, you can like I can feel sorry for them, but it's like I know all too well what they do on a day-to-day basis and like their routines, their habits, etc., etc. Like there's just so much sympathy I can extend towards them without realizing that, wait a minute, if I had what you had, right, I would do things differently or I would appreciate it more or just like, all the above. Like there's just so much to go over with like these kinds of people. And I gotta bring it up because I was just watching this video, right? By some white boy. What's his name? What's his name? I'm gonna check my history. I love the YouTubes, man. Oh, dude, I love the YouTubes. I love the YouTubes. I love the YouTubes. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yes, you'll never be one of them. And it's just like a slideshow of all these brown peoples, right? You got Vivek Swami, I don't know who this brown girl is, and Kash Patel, the man who saved America from like a fucking massacre. Yeah, 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 sure, buddy. All brown people like you fucking dumbass. And it's like, why would I bring this up, right? Seeing as I am the provider, the procuring man of the Indian hate. The Indian hate comes from solely me, as you can clearly see. This brown man in denial, this brown clown. Oh, dude, but like you gotta give it up for some of these other YouTubers. Again, I'm not gonna name names because it's like they're younger than me and they are politically leaning to the right. So, just maybe I'm hearing voices in my head, or maybe I'm watching these YouTube videos. You decide. But anyways, these voices in my head basically said that like, "Yo, dog, not all white people are alike. No, we're not all equals and shit." And when I heard that, I was just like, "That's how I feel about brown people." I'm pretty sure East Asians and some black people and some Native Americans, like everybody around the world, feels the exact same way. It's like you are told ever since you're a kid, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna get an education, and then you're gonna get a job, and then provide for your own family, your kids, and this and that. Very very simplistic, outlook on your life. They're not gonna talk about the hardships of getting a job in a hyper competitive environment, high population environment. The housing market is just like been terrible. It's always going to be terrible. That's the thing. It's always going to be terrible because the thing is that the older generations are holding on to their wealth almost to a frightening degree. It's kind of like Palpatine. You know what I mean? Like it's funny how we all bash. What's his name again? The Jewish director, the young Jewish director for the new Star Wars. But as far as Palpatine goes, I see you taking some inspiration from actual real life. Some people motherfuckers don't actually want to die. Speaking of not dying, is George Soros still alive? Is that motherfucker still alive? If he's still alive, I'm gonna be pissed. In fact, I'm gonna check right now. He better be dead. He better be dead. Oh my god. Is he dead? Are you dead now? Good lord, he's 95 fucking goddamn fucking years old. Fuck this guy, man. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck. What are you gonna do with your fucking $7.2 billion? You're fucking 95 years old. You're gonna turn to dust. But you know what I'm talking about? Like this kind of like bullshit where you were told right? This is what you're gonna do in life. This is what you're supposed to do in life, and then you'll figure out the rest on your own. I'm like, all right, cool, 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 cool. And then when it came to you figuring out the rest of your stuff on your own, there's a bunch of shit that your parents didn't have to go through that you have to go through. Okay? There's a bunch of shit. First of all, can you imagine back in the day saying "fuck the police"? Remember back in the day? You know what I'm talking about, right? If you just like, even if you had the song playing in your car, you're gonna get pulled over. You know what I mean? And you'd be lucky to be walking away without a fucking beatdown. All right? Before cop cameras, before affirmative action or political correctness, you say "fuck the police" or you had that song playing in your car, and you're around cops. Ugh, dude. Oh my god. And of course, I'm not gonna like speak for everybody's experience because I know people will be like, well, I know this guy and these cops and shut up. Okay? Fuck, this is my YouTube channel. Stop talking. My YouTube, nobody comments on my YouTube channel anyway, so it's all good. Because it was like, yo, ever since I pumped all those fuckers on from Hassan's like I don't know his Twitch chat, who came into my channel for clowning him constantly. Like I think he realized like you're just gonna make the problem a lot worse. Kind of like he does when he opens his mouth. When he tries anything, Hassan makes it worse. It's like, guys, I grew up poor. Why did you do that? Why would you do that? And then you see the picture. It's like this chubby kid on a horse. A little fucking, what do you call that? A polo hat? Did your mom or your dad tell you to smile in that picture? I bet it was your mom. He's like, smile. You get like a treat afterwards. And your mom said, stop smiling too hard. You're too ugly. Smile less. And ever since then, Hassan is like, you had this like psychological damage. He's just like, he can never be truly happy. He can never be himself. He can never finish this plate. He's always angry. All right. So back to this fucking next man I'm talking shit on, right? So this Elliot Sang again guy, right, is interviewing some random ass brown guy, talking about his like Brahmin experience and this and that. Newsflash. Okay? Newsflash. For the longest time, all brown people outside of India respected Indians. Do you know what changed that? Slumdog Millionaire. Yep. Changed it. We went from wanting to fight and die for India to what the fuck is this? Why are you dancing? This isn't right. This is not the truth. Okay? So I bring that up as a very, very important sticking point, right? Because guess what? I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god! This is so fucked. Okay, so this guy, his name is the YouTube channel Rant and Reason. By the way, I am not associated with these guys. I have to keep doing that as a disclaimer because it's like, I'm 40. I live in Canada, and as despite me being racist and this and that, it's like my opinions don't reflect anybody else's. They're just my own. So like, I'm just watching his YouTube channel. I never, I'm not even subscribed to him. I should, but like whatever, right? Like, he's fuck. Yeah, I mean, this is even the first time. If I were to just do a cursory glance of his channel, let's see, Rant and Reason. Let's see. Okay, so we got this guy. Migrant man sent a stark warning from British patriots as he is caught loitering in a school, like a little park for kids, basically. The thumbnail's fucking hilarious. A fucking grown ass man. He's balding too, right? Grown ass man. Grown the fuck up. Right? He's got a pot belly. And he's just sitting there in this child's school playground like some pedophile fuck. Now, rewind. Okay? Rewind, my Hindus. Remember Slumdog Millionaire? Remember how that movie started? Oh, that's right. The evil Hindus! Whoa! And there are many armed gods. They're worshipping the devils and shit. Oh my god, these innocent Muslims. Innocent! Oh, she's just a single mother. Let's kill her. That's how the movie starts. Yo, how's reality treating you? People of the United Kingdom, stay away from my daughter. That's what they say. That's what they say. Oh man, what the fuck? I was talking shit for like 10 minutes. The fuck? All right, whatever. Well, anyways, so like on a near day to day basis, you got like just coming off of this one YouTube channel. There's like probably many others, right? You got "Stay Away from My Daughter," the one I just talked about with the guy in the park. Muslims coming up to Christians asking them to convert to Islam. You got sad footage of a British man and he nobody speaks English. Yo, dude, imagine you go to work in Britain of all places, and you're like, whatever. Yo, guys, you're in the lunchroom, whatever, and you're just trying to talk to people. I don't speak your language. Sorry, don't understand. What the fuck are you doing here? Ah, dude. So what happened to those Hindus? Am I right? Am I right? Oh, no, but see, as soon and this is why like it bothered me that the shit throwing video, the cow dung festival, whatever, was I knew that it was just going to be blown out of proportions because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know about this shit. You know what I mean? They don't want you to know about this shit. And what's the difference between a Muslim and a Sikh? A turban, man. The guy takes off his turban. He looks basically identical. Does the exact same thing. Calls himself a Muslim. Puts on a turban, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the good guy. I'm the good guy now." Word. And speaking of good guys, have you seen bonehead truckers lately? There's some real good guys that are real good. Not so good drivers though. And you're always catching them wearing flip flops, whatever, right? And you're just like, oh god, you can't do that. You could wear like a fucking aerosol shoe or some shit like that, some like whatever, or even like if you really had to take off your shoe, just do it after you're finished your route or whatever. You know what I mean? Like if I can play soccer on Canada Day in the blazing hot sun and go from a packy to a coolie, you can wear your fucking shoe for your fucking job that they're paying you for, you stupid ass packy. Fucking Sikh retard fuck. Oh, I gotta wear my flip flops. Ah, dude. And you know for a fact that like they don't want to give up their positions of power, and these white people are talking about re-immigration and shit, and I'm all for that. You don't know why? Because even if right, I get lumped in with these motherfuckers, and they send me back to wherever the fuck I'm being sent to. This is the way I see it. I always wanted to commit murder. You know what I mean? But like get away with it in the legal sense. So if you put me in that situation where I know that, well, whatever, I'm being falsely accused, I don't speak their language, yada yada yada, right? You can check all my information, my birth certificates, and even if you want to say that's fraudulent and say, yo, you got to go back to your parents' country of origin, the Guyana. Well, actually, Guyana won't really do anything, but like, yo, you send me to like, yo, fucking India, Pakistan, Punjab, like whatever transport you're sending me in, like if you like sent me with 10, 20, 30 people, you're only gonna like by the time that thing reaches its destination, you're only gonna get one person coming off of that, plane. It's me. And for good reason. I'm doing everybody a fucking favor, man. If you're like, yeah, why the fuck are you so goddamn so cold for? Like, look at what the fuck I'm looking at. You went from 10 years ago, less than 10 years ago, being accused of being some psychopathic retard that wants to, like, uncontrollably touch women, do this, do that, right? And then you're seeing the opposite of that. How come we don't have the Hindu version of Slumdog Millionaire? You feel me? Where it's the exact same story. You could even get Dev Patel. Fucking idiot. Why did you say yes to that and chin check your entire race like that? You fucking sellout. Oh man, this is like one of the many, many reasons I left Hinduism, right? Many, many reasons. So I remember seeing that shit and just like realizing like when you see the Pussycat Dolls and like all these people like, talking about this movie and shit, what you're really like failing to understand, right? At least from looking from an outsider perspective, that this isn't like a movie that shows any form of reality towards your religion, your peoples and stuff. Maybe poor people get down like that. Maybe Pakis get down like obviously Pakis. We get to see that, right? The Punjabis, the Pakis, they get down like that. But do Hindus really get down like that? Maybe some of them do, right? But then your head is kept down in the dirt, metaphorically, for like years, thinking that you are the problem. And every single time, right, you see the Pakis, the Punjabis getting like rightfully accused of their, mental deficiencies, their pedophilic nature, their sexual advancements towards women who reject them. It's almost like clockwork. We got to make fun of the Hindus. We have to make fun of the Hindus, right? And like, don't you see? Like, this is why I hate on the Hindus sometimes. Well, a lot actually, is that they're really willing to be buddy buddy with people outside their religion, be more loyal to them, and like, put your face in the dirt, beat you up, fucking, you know what I mean? Like anything, all of the above. And that's why, like, as a Hindu man, you literally have to treat your own people with the same like level of like, I guess discretion as you would Muslims and Sikhs. That's right. I said it. I'll say it again. If you're a Hindu, you have to treat at least the ones that you don't know, like, whatever, your family members, friends, whatever, right? At least if you know them. Don't pretend like you do, like I did in high school, and then you'll find out the fucking hard way. No, dog, you have to know. And don't fucking pretend. Don't make assumptions either. Because like think about it like this, right? Do you notice that like Indian girls are being a little bit more open and receptive to you? Whereas in the past it's like, they're just getting their fucking backs blown out and shit. And obviously I'm speaking about like people of my age, my generation. Obviously, I'm gonna be talking about like people younger than me, basically other people's kids and shit. It's like no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like specifically people your age. And you wanna know why the reason why that is because they were content with making fun of you, right? They were content with making fun of you. The second it turned against them, then they wanted your help. Oh, we're stronger together, my Hindu brother. Oh, this, that. Yeah, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Yo, who's that? Your sister? What does she practice? She practiced, man. Oh, got her back blown the fuck out. Yeah, that's right. That's how it is now. That's how it is because you got sold the fuck out by these fucking stupid ass Hindus who are like doing these interviews with these fucking stupid ass people, trying to like bash you, trying to like put you down to their level, saying, "Oh, Indians are like this." So this motherfucker talking to this Sang guy, right, is saying like, and this is something like my parents did too when I was like really really young, and like yeah, it kind of pissed me off at that time too. It's like my parents would point to whatever occupation, let's say a guy sweeping the floor, right, and be like, "Yo, if you don't go to school, if you keep misbehaving and don't be a good kid when you grow up, that's gonna be you, and everyone's gonna laugh at you." And I'm just like, well, obviously it's fear mongering, right? But then as you get older, you kind of realize like how immature it is, and then realize like why it's like that. See, as much as I like to point my fingers at my parents and say like that's not right. That's not how you raise kids, and that's the environment that they were raised in. That's all they know, right? Like when everybody's throwing garbage on the streets, when everybody's raping kids, that's all you fucking know. And then you come over to these idiots come over to these countries and shit, and then they wind up on Chris Hansen, they wind up on the fucking news and shit, and people are like, "Why are you acting surprised? Like, do you think their parents were any different?" But that's the problem, right? Is that these people don't understand how ugly they are, right? They come from a swarm of people where you can die in seconds, like a fucking trample cars, they don't know how to drive, people don't know anything. It's just basically a batshit retarded ass society. And then they want you to solve their problems, assuming that you can, but you can't. The sadness about life is that, when it comes to ugly people, you can't help them. Whether it's people that you know that are close to you, or, people foreign, you just can't help them. Stupid people, ugly people, they're just on their own. because yeah, like, and I honestly tried. Biggest mistake of my life, but you'll figure it out sooner or later. It's the more you try, the harder it becomes until it's just a zero sum game, and they know it, and you know it. It's just you have to be willing to accept the reality of the situation.